Jimmy Cliff, the Jamaican reggae icon whose voice carried the soul of an entire nation, has passed away at the age of 81. His music shaped generations, broke cultural boundaries, and defined the global sound of reggae. Today, we are going to tell you about his cause of death. For decades, Jimmy Cliff was more than a singer. He was a storyteller, a messenger, and one of the strongest musical bridges between Jamaica and the rest of the world. When he stepped into the role of Ivan Martin in the 1972 film The Harder They Come, he didn't just act. He lived the experience of every dreamer who fought against a system that tried to silence them. That film, along with its soundtrack, launched reggae into mainstream consciousness, making Cliff a global ambassador of Jamaican culture. His songs weren't just tunes you listened to. They were life lessons, emotional journeys, and reminders that strength often comes from struggle. Cliff's music carried an honesty that resonated deeply with listeners. Many Rivers to Cross, with its heartbreaking simplicity, continues to stand as one of the most powerful expressions of pain and perseverance in music history. His voice had a kind of purity that felt spiritual. Even in the most soulful lines, there was a sense of hope. And that hope made people feel understood. It made them feel less alone. To millions, Jimmy Cliff wasn't just a musician. He was a guiding light whose lyrics made the hardest days a little easier to bear. As news of his death spread, fans around the world felt the weight of a profound loss. His wife, Latifah Chambers, announced through Cliff's official Instagram page that the reggae legend died due to a seizure followed by pneumonia. She explained that the seizure came first and led to complications that resulted in pneumonia, ultimately taking his life. Her message was heartfelt, honest, and deeply emotional. She thanked fans across the globe, reminding them that their love had been one of Cliff's greatest sources of strength throughout his entire career. He really appreciated each and every fan for their love, she wrote. In his final moments, surrounded by the loved ones who stood beside him throughout his long and remarkable life, Jimmy Cliff remained peaceful. His last words, shared privately with his family, reflected the same message he had spent his life singing about. According to those close to him, his final sentiment was simple and deeply moving. Love each other. That is the only way. These words were not just a farewell. They were a final reminder of everything he believed in. A last gift from a man whose life was dedicated to spreading unity through music. Cliff's passing has led to an outpouring of grief from fans, artists, and cultural leaders worldwide. Many described him as a gentle soul, a musical prophet, and a pillar of Jamaican pride. His influence extended far beyond reggae. His songs were covered by artists from every corner of the world, across genres ranging from rock to pop to gospel. His voice appeared in films, commercials, and playlists for more than 50 years. Even listeners born decades after his earliest hits felt the emotional pull of his music. Very few artists ever achieved that kind of timelessness. Jimmy Cliff was one of the rare ones who did. His journey was proof that music has the power to transcend time and borders. When Cliff sang about struggle, people felt their own struggles reflected in his words. When he sang about hope, people believed in their own ability to rise again. His songs became soundtracks for moments of joy, heartbreak, and transformation. They were played at celebrations, funerals, protests, and quiet moments when someone needed strength. Through every note, he carried the spirit of Jamaica with him, sharing it proudly with the world. Even in his final years, Cliff remained connected to his fans. He performed, recorded, and continued to inspire with the same passion he had when he first began. And even as his health declined, his family says he remained grateful. Grateful for the stages he stood upon. Grateful for the people who sang along with him. Grateful for the life he was able to live. That gratitude radiated from him, and it became part of the legacy he left behind. Jimmy Cliff's death marks the end of an extraordinary chapter in musical history, but his legacy will continue to live on in every song he gifted to the world. His influence will echo in the voices of new artists, in the hearts of the fans who grew up with his music, and in the generations still discovering him today. His message of love, perseverance, and unity remains as powerful now as it was when he first stepped onto the global stage. He may no longer walk among us, but his voice will continue to rise through the speakers of millions. His music will continue to heal, inspire, and unite people across continents. And his final words will remain a guiding truth long after he is gone. Love each other. That is the only way.